The first pictures you're about to see have been assembled by the Jockey Club from the library of patrol films of races run in New York during the past several years. Every jockey, from the most experienced top rider to the raw apprentice riding his first race, must learn a great deal from the careless mistakes exhibited here. If from such knowledge a boy or horse is saved from injury, the picture is worth any price. If even one boy is spared a suspension for careless or rough riding, the picture will be a success. Following the several views of horses leaving the starting gate, going into the turn, around the turn, and faltering, tiring horses in the stretch, you will see some special pictures in slow motion and color. The picture will close with an epilogue by jockey Ted Atkinson, nationally known not only as a jockey, but for his intelligent counsel and help in the development of the American jockey. The two horses marked by arrows will cross over. As it is natural for outside horses to come in after a break, the stewards insist on boys showing reasonable efforts to avoid bumping and interference. In this scene, the fourth horse from the rail breaks in and the sixth horse breaks out. The third horse from the outside, marked by the arrow, comes over from the break. The position of a horse's head will usually show that a boy is trying to hold his horse off, and he can't be whipping or hand riding. The boy on the extreme outside crosses his field after the break. It is hard to understand how two horses can collide like this. Certainly the jockeys should have seen it coming. The two horses marked by arrows cause trouble by not keeping a straight course. The marked horse swings out behind the field, clips the heels of the horse six from the rail, stumbles and loses his rider. The boy on the inside bears out a little, causing considerable trouble because the other horses are naturally coming in. Here again we find the great trouble resulting from the boys in the inside positions holding their ground too far out from the rail. The boys on the outside are following a normal path, gradually coming in to save ground. These are two views of the same start, showing a field going away straight and into a turn without any interference at all. Well-trained horses and careful, considerate jockeys can make this possible the majority of times. With only two horses inside of him, there is no excuse for this. The arrow-marked horse near the rail in the rear bears out at the turn, clips the heels of a horse in front of him and falls. A second horse falls over him. This boy uses bad judgment. Instead of staying in on the rail, he forces his way around the leaders, fouling a contender. Jockey Cutshaw on the last horse on the inside is trying to hold his mount in. At the turn, he bears out and clips the heels of the second horse out from him, resulting in a bad-looking fall. The next scene is of the same incident from a different angle. It shows more clearly that Cutshaw's horse caused his own trouble. The boy in these two scenes nearly goes down when crossed by the horse outside of him. The next two scenes show two boys aiming for the same opening inside of the horse in front. The boy in front makes room as soon as he knows they are there. The boy on the rail in the white cap is crossed by the horse outside of him. Too late, one of America's leading riders tried desperately to snatch out. The damage a green rider can do: loose reins, loose hands, and no control. How easily a boy can be unseated by a bump. A desperate battle to keep from being forced through the inside fence. Even being last doesn't protect you from being shut off. He bolted, then returned too quickly. Not nearly enough room, but still he tries. The boy on the inside in white colors is crowded into the rail. This boy is last and still is thrown by the horse in front, crossing him. Numbers 3, 5, and 7 are crowded out going into the first turn of a distant race. The excuse that he couldn't help this is disproved when he straightens his horse up and then drives over again. In this scene, two horses lean against each other during the entire stretch run. In the next scene, the boy forces his way out to pass the horses in front. The horse on the outside of the four horses in front bears in, causing crowding. Again, the leading horse swerves out and blocks the contender. Another case of a horse moving out and interfering with approaching horses. This horse was disqualified for bothering the third horse from the outside. Here the outside horse bothers the horse in the middle. The boy with the white cap on the extreme outside almost crosses the entire field before reaching the finish line. The inside horse does not maintain a straight course. Result, disqualified for blocking the horse outside of him. The boy in front in this race is determined that no horse shall pass him. This was considered smart and good race riding a number of years ago. If an approaching jockey starts to go through on the inside, he eases over a little bit, closing the hole. Then when the boy behind starts around on the outside, he moves out in front of him. The offender repeats this all through the race, making it almost impossible to pass him. It is very unfair, unsportsmanlike, and actually one of the foulest types of riding. This boy was suspended for 20 days, and his horse was disqualified. He hurt himself, the owner of the horse, and the public who bet on him. In this first view, you get a good picture of Eddie Arcaro on the inside horse in red and white colors, leaving the starting gate. His mount attempts to swerve in just as he leaves the barrier, and Eddie is able to control him. As he leaves, he whips with his whip uncocked. There is both a front and rear view of this scene. All of these color pictures are in slow motion and were taken to give boys an opportunity to study the styles of different jockeys in operation. In the next scene, the boy in front on Uncle Milty is riding a style of active legs in sharp contrast with some of our other leading riders. But his action is in perfect rhythm with the horse that he is riding. Here are two more boys with active legs. In the next scene, which was staged at Belmont Park, you see our Carol riding from a head-on view. During this scene and the one following, he will change his whip from his right to his left hand and show perfect form and rhythm. This is a good example for any boy to follow. The next scene is of a left-handed rider demonstrating his technique.
To conclude this film, the Jockeys Guild must extend its thanks and appreciation to the Jockey Club for allowing the use of the great bulk of this material from its files of the Film Patrol. We hope that this film will not only help to enhance and extend the work of the Film Patrol, but will encourage its use at racetracks where it is not currently employed. We feel that journeymen and veteran riders, as well as apprentices, will benefit greatly by reviewing the films in the manner demonstrated. The use of slow motion at various stages of the race being shown, and the discussion among all riders present, not only those involved in the race in question, are fine contributors towards fair and improved jockeyship. It is to be hoped that this film will, of itself, promote cleaner riding wherever it is used.